All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a game. This game taking place here on Hammerfall. Sheik spawning as the yellow undead on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Starbuck spawning as the blue human on the bottom right. Let's go ahead and get to that 8 times speed and see what the heroes will be in store. Starbuck spawning, or Starbuck going for that classic Archmage, going up against a Lich first here in this human versus undead matchup. Battle of the brains, and we'll see what that Lich first can really do. So, yeah, took quite a while, but we're now starting to see more and new different strategies coming in from undead. It felt like in years past you could always guarantee that the Death Knight first, or nearly guarantee that Death Knight first. Now, Lich first, Crypt Lord first. Dreadlord first was very, very uncommon, but Lich and Crypt Lord have become very popular as well, as they do open up different styles of play. Archmage gonna go after this Rock Golem Creep Camp, takes it down, gets the level 2 pretty easily. Peasants back into their, well, working mode, as this Water Elemental should just get auto-attacked, or perhaps going to try and take that little first point of damage, or deal a little bit of damage. No, just waiting. All right, this Water Elemental wanted to be in position. That's going to end up buying a little bit of time. Water Elemental getting taken down by the Hydra hatchling there. That will get split. Meanwhile, Giant Sea Turtles now going after the remaining 2 Water Elementals. Archmage will be shy of level 3. Meanwhile, Lich purposely pulling back here. We can see the Sasquatch, Kobold Geomancer. Are they going to actually try and engage, as the Ziggurat is nearly done? Alright, so the Ziggurat gonna upgrade to a Nerubian Tower first, and then perhaps try to haunt that gold mine. Meanwhile, Starbuck is getting up an Arcane Tower first, and then gonna try and, well, speed to build this Town Hall to get an economic advantage going, or just an expo going. So what do we have in store here? Lich sitting at level 2, going to finish up the Forest Troll Berserker, Kobold Geomancer, stay at level 2. Meanwhile, Archmage is, well, in the center portion of the map, nearly at level 3. And both sides just trying to feel each other out, figure out what exactly the other player is doing. All right, low hit point Peasant going to jump inside that gold mine. Ghoul's just going to wait for that Peasant to come back out. He's going to get taken down. Archmage gets up to level 3 though, but and drops a level 3 Water Elemental in time. This Peasant perhaps going to try and back away again. You can still see more damage coming back through. The Lich is just going to be able to get an auto attack there, but no, Starbuck comes in with a deny. Lich now sitting at level 3, but now we could be looking at level 3 or level 2, excuse me, of Frost Novas, and that is going to make short work of those footmen as well. 1 low hit point Ghoul getting cleaned up by 3 militia in the base as the Archmage comes back around. All right, Boots of Speed picked up. Archmage gonna perhaps try and engage here. Ghouls, never really thought about it but one of the reasons why Human no longer has such an easy time setting up expos was, well, they no longer have call to arms straight out of the gate. Archmage down to 160 and 148 hit points, going to be forced to back away, as the Lich does have enough mana for another Frost Nova finishing things up. And instead goes for a Frost Nova onto the Footman here, and this was actually a large amount of damage. One Footman's gonna get taken down, more Footman gonna get taken down again. There goes another, and with that slow movement speed, Sheik pretty much cleans up 3 of the 4 Footmen that were inside the base to take down that haunted gold mine. Archmage going to retreat all the way back. Sped build, Arcane Vault. Peasants need to perhaps get a little bit of gold going. There's a Clarity Potion. Where is the rest of those Footmen? Footmen actually completely, nearly surrounded by Ghouls, as that Footman now trying to race back home. All right, Scroll of Regeneration was used there. Footman going to get under the cover of that Arcane Tower, and here we are into an engagement here. Archmage is kind of in this back position here. Sheik actually kind of offering up this lone corner Ghoul, taking far too much damage, and Is that ghoul going to take even more? No, it looks like he's going to try and retreat all the way back. Footman trying to continue to engage here. Lich is nearby. Are we going to see some Frost Nova go down as well as that? Footman, well, gets into a little bit of a problem. All right, big Frost Nova, bunch the group, slowing things up. The ghoul's able to turn back around in time as the Nerubian Tower is here ready to be repaired. Acolytes perhaps should be on auto repair or do something, trying to engage in this battle here as the Footmen are going to try and push and take down this haunted gold mine again. All right, Water Elemental Ghouls trying to swarm back around. Not enough mana to get slow across all of these Footmen. And Starbuck is going to be able to force Sheik perhaps to cancel this haunted gold mine one more time. A little bit more damage is going to be needed. Down to 40, down to 35. It does go down. And now a tactical retreat is in order. Archmage burning that Scroll of Town Portal to get away. And now still has the economic advantage and has mined 1,300 gold more than his opponent. And that number is just going to continue to grow.
A player's forces are under attack.
Lich purposely going to stay a little bit closer to home. Sheik realizes he needs that expansion up and running in order to build on, in order to get the economy going. He's invested so much time, and Starbuck has also invested, Scrolls of Town Portal and a couple of Footmen to delay that expo. The question is going to be, if that Lich gets to level 4 and eventually when it gets to level 5, is it going to be enough? All right, still more damage there. Replenishment potion, more damage onto that Footman. Footman now down to 125 hit points. Down to 91. It doesn't look like the Lich will be able to finish it off. No Orb of Corruption as of yet. Still getting in some big damage, and well, we see level 4 now on that Lich. Lich perhaps going to try and get, there's a Dark Ritual again, up to 175 mana. Another Frost Nova going down. Yep, there goes another. And is this Footman going to end up getting cleaned up? 1, 2, 2 more shots. 1 more shot should finish it off. Is the Lich going to get it? Yes, it does. Very far range on that Lich. Meanwhile, back off to the north. If at first you succeed and your opponent tries again, well, shut them down once more, and that's what we have here. The Nerubian Tower, 1 Nerubian Tower, not enough to defend this expo location, as the haunted gold mine shut down for a 3rd time before it gets up and operational. Now, interestingly enough, Archmage does not have a Scroll of Town Portal in order to easily get away. There goes another Frost Nova. Water Elemental, is it going to end up giving experience? No, it doesn't. Timed Life ruins its ending, as we're now down to a 2,400 gold advantage and still continuing to grow. All right, so Starbuck really trying to make sure Sheik is unable to get that expo up and operational. Sheik, however, is teching the tier 3, is getting up an, a Death Knight, and Dark Ritual to try and get a little bit additional mana off of those skeletal minion sacrifices. As the Lich now up to 215 mana already, waiting for that Dark Ritual. Perhaps going to drop the Mantle of Intelligence and Circlet of Nobility again. Do it again? No? Actually going to hold on to... no? Yes? No? Okay, apparently not. All right, coming back through. Here we are going into this engagement now. I'm going to get in a little bit of damage. Goblin Shredder, there's a Frost Nova getting in a little bit of damage once more. And the Lich... does get another Dark Ritual again. Is he going to try to finish things off? There's another Frost Nova, another Footman going to get taken down. No deny there. Skeletal minions going to get cleaned up, perhaps give a little bit of easy experience again. All right, Death Knight is now back out onto the battlefield, just trying to get corpses everywhere out here. There's another Rod of Necromancy, and, well, constantly just converting these skeletal warriors into mana. Death Knight Lich off in this engagement here. Rod of Necromancy not on the Death Knight, so not going to work out nearly as well. Death Coil, Potion of Greater Healing picked up by the Death Knight, exactly what he needs in order to stay alive, since the Death Knight can keep that Lich alive. Slaughterhouse is up, still no Obsidian statues, as these ghouls are getting dangerously close to this Makrura's, Snapper creep camp, and may accidentally aggro them without the heroes nearby, making it a little bit difficult and lose a little bit of that lumber. Level 3, level 1 on the human heroes, and we can see that Sheik finally has the gold mine up and operational. 3,200 gold difference And now, what is that going to translate to? Sheik or Starbuck currently sitting on 700 gold, 100 lumber, has a little bit, well, after all of those exchanges back and forth, everything looks fairly even. Starbuck was able to clear out this top right creep camp, got a bit of experience on his heroes, and now continuing to venture forth. Meanwhile, the Lich and the Death Knight still have a little bit of work to do. Death Knight needs to get to level 3 quickly in order to keep that Lich alive. A 400 hit point heal, well, doubly better than a 200 hit point heal, as Sheik is still just moving around with his heroes, not even having an obsidian statue just quite yet. Lich ready to go after the Forest Troll Berserker here. We do see gargoyles up in the air to try and clean up and offer a little bit of support. Sheik sitting at 49 supply compared to Starbuck's 49. Paladin and Mountain King out on the battlefield here. Knights do not have that animal war training, but will be getting it momentarily. We don't see any workshops. Yeah, no workshops yet. And this is a dual racks strategy. So Knights with Sundering Blades and Knights with Sundering Blades and Animal War Training can make and do a number if we're looking at a large number of Crypt Fiends, but I don't see a large number of Crypt Fiends yet. Instead, it is Gargoyles, and we're looking at this engagement finally going down. All right, what's going to go down here? Mountain King going after that Lich. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? There's a Holy Light there. Death Knight needs to find a way to heal and keep things alive. Meanwhile, Dreadlord is the third and final hero. Are we perhaps going to be looking at Sleep? Yes, we are. There's a Frost Nova. Gargoyles trying to go straight after the enemy units as the Paladin falling asleep on the job temporarily. Gargoyles going after some more units. Paladin could be in some trouble. Paladin gets taken down. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability was dropped. Archmage needs to pick it back up as the Gargoyles are still going after unit after unit. Lich doesn't have enough mana for a Frost Nova, but a Sleep on a Knight is going to be very bad news indeed, as the Lich could be in a little bit of trouble. Lich gets up to level, or should get up to level 5. There's level 5 now on that Lich. There goes to a Frost Nova onto the Mountain King. Mountain King could be in trouble again. Death Knight passes the potion of healing over to the Lich just in case the Mountain King tries to throw a Stormbolt back. No obsidian statue, and what is going on here? Going after the Gargantuan Sea Turtle now, and with that -5 or that armor debuff, able to, well, perhaps try and clean it up again. All right, Death Knight and Dreadlord looking to clear the remainder of this creep camp. Destroyer with that magic damage should be able to deal quite a bit of damage to those enraged elementals. Tome of Knowledge being left behind here as the Mountain King, and these units are all just pretty much caught open. Stormbolt onto the Lich, but the Lich used the potion of healing just in time, still fighting their way through. We're going to look at that Gargoyle get taken down by the creeps as the Dreadlord is going to get to level 2, and we see Sheik setting up another base. Obsidian statue, Death Coil onto the Lich. Lich heading off to the north here, perhaps going to try and get some Frost Novas, get some damage onto some of these units again, and now finish off a Water Elemental there. We do see the Griffins now out here as well. We're looking also at Tome of Strength in to try and pick things up, and now finish off this last Forest Troll. Death Knight did get up to level 3. Obsidian Statue needs to regroup up with this undead army. Looks like it is all out of the control group, and that is going to be a little bit of a misstep again. Sheik having a fair amount of lumber, and yeah, need to keep track of that Obsidian Statue, and well, being able to keep together this undead army.
Player's forces are under attack.
All right, 4,000 gold left. This one's still at 7,200. Sheik currently going to try and make up the economic game, sitting at 65 supply compared to Starbucks 75. 432 going up against 532. Sheik having the higher hero levels, as the flying machines, if they have their flak cannons, may be able to burst down the gargoyles before the gargoyles get within range. That is going to be incredibly important here, and with those 1-0 upgraded flying machines, perhaps trying to shoot down those gargoyles there. Level 2 upgrades about to be done. However, the flying machines do not have the bombard upgrade. Are they going to try and engage? Dreadlord does have carry on swarm. Flying Machine's gonna try and flak, and there you or flank, and with all of that flak cannon damage, and there you can see the gargoyles are just taking a lot more damage than you would expect. A little bit of a dance going back and forth again, and now the haunted gold mine is up. All right, gonna go ahead and try and shoot down a bunch of these units again. The destroyers do have mana. That is a very big deal. Flying Machines, gargoyles exchanging blows back and forth. 75 supply. Well, supply. Starbuck has a slight hero supply advantage, but everyone could get shot down here, and all of the only thing that's going to matter is hero levels in just a moment. Dreadlord continuing the battle. Carry on swarm ripping on through. 50 supply for Sheik compared to Starbuck 74. Flying Machines continuing to poke and put down pressure. Staff of Sanctuary saving a knight there as we're still looking to put in more damage. All right, another gargoyle about to get taken down. Is it going to end up falling? There goes another gargoyle there, and this base has now all been cleared up. Haunted Gold Mine will get cleaned. This base still has about 5 minutes of mining left. Meanwhile, Sheik has 10 minutes of mining at his expo. Death Knight going after the knight here. The two Flying Machines getting cleaned up by that destroyer. Destroyer had mana, causing splash damage, and well, destroyers with mana and dealing magic damage against heavy armored units such as these Flying Machines really can clean them up as well. You can see that damage. Well, onto that Flying Machine. Flying Machine not very scary when they are by themselves. All right, Mountain King looking to back away. Dreadlord, are we going to see a sleep go down? Or perhaps going to try and save mana for that carry-on swarm as we're looking at a Stormbolt onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord perhaps going to try to back away. Flying Machines are getting shot down one at a time. The Gargoyles are owning the skies. Archmage needs to drop more water elementals. Are we going to see a sleep go down onto the Mountain King? He was asleep, woke up, and then threw the hammer at that Dreadlord, taking him down at level 3. Paladin still coming back the other way around here. The Knights do not have Sundering Blades, has that Animal War training, and continuing to shut down the Expo here. Flying Machines trying to back up here. Gargoyles are going straight after those Flying Machines again. And the Archmage is not really dropping water elementals to go after these other go after these gargoyles. There you have it. The Archmage and the water elementals need to protect the gargoyles. The Knights need to come try in and engage here, and we're just seeing a little bit of damage. Mountain King opting to now Stormbolt the gargoyles just to get them in a position. Are we going to see more Staff of Sanctuary? Yes, we are. 2 Staff of Sanctuaries rotating and saving those Knights as the time comes. All right, so 2 Knights back here. We're looking at Wolf Fly Machines getting trained from 3 workshops. And with a little bit of a breather, Starbuck should have a decent number of Fly Machines and be able to counteract those gargoyles before the gargoyles get within range. That's the key question. Or the key number, if there's enough Flying Machines that the gargoyles are getting picked off before they get within melee range, and that splash damage is also adding up, that is a big enough issue. That one, wow. All right, Griffin getting caught completely wide out in the open here. There's another round of attack. Gargoyles being forced to retreat back again. 62 supply compared to 72. There's the Flying Machines. Are they going to get another round? Wow. Destroyer down to 12 hit points there as we're looking at the Flying Machines looking to engage again. Archmage. Staff of Sanctuary and some more units. Sheik at 62 supply. Starbuck at 71. Starbuck with the slightly higher supply count, but the army sizes are still about the same as the Obsidian statues are just getting drained of mana right now, trying to heal up all of these units. 2 minutes of mining left here at the 3 o'clock spot. Starbuck gonna have a little bit of problems. No, never mind, take it back. Starbuck able to establish up an expansion here on the southern side during those engagements. Now Sheik realizing he needs to get this expansion up and running, otherwise he's gonna fall behind economically. And well, Starbuck is starting to catch up in that hero level, nearly level 5 on that Archmage and nearly level 4 on that Mountain King. Are those Flying Machines going to be able to shoot down, burst down what is necessary? That is the question here, as we are now looking at siege engines and bombard getting ready to go. All right, couple of peasants going to get shot down there and trying to get out of low or high upkeep as the Knights now making their way off to the north. All right, there is one cannon tower arcane towers right now, and now in comes this engagement. The flying machines do not have bombard yet. All right, we're gonna no. Take it back. They finally have bombard, and they're going to be able to bombard here and perhaps clean things up. Scroll of Town Portal inbound. Flying Machine's going to try and engage. Flying Machine's going to go after those gargoyles. Gargoyles going to try and retreat back. And still, Scroll of Town Portal to head back home first. 79 supply by Starbuck compared to Sheik's 66. As we're looking at, it looked like a Goblin Sapper, perhaps, was able to take down this gold mine again. Starbuck keeping Sheik off of his game. We're currently on 2 bases versus 1. There's still 6 minutes of mining left here. This base about to be done. And now, well, we're going to be seeing a lot of fighting on the southern side of the map as we have been. All right, no guard tower, only triple arcane towers and a cannon tower here. And here we are going straight after these units. The arcane towers are just going to get cleaned up so quickly. 1 round of attack. There's another as the fly machines, well, getting to the party a little bit late. Carry on swarm, that level 2, nearly taking down a couple of fly machines already. And, well, if these fly machines go down, well, Sheik is going to own the skies, not being challenged by those, or not challenging those gargoyles or those destroyers. Frost Nova go down, Stormbolt onto a Lich, but doesn't want to try and dive in here yet. That carry-on swarm threat by that Dreadlord, more than enough to keep this squadron of flying machines from being able to dive in easily. All right, little bit of mining happening here. Is Sheik going to be able to hold this back? There's a Stormbolt going down as the cannon tower, well, absorbing quite a bit of damage. Remember, fortified armor takes reduced for a magic and piercing and hero damage, which is exactly what this undead army is. Frost Nova, invulnerability from Divine Shield, getting ready to engage again, and then a surround onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord could have a very, very bad day. Is there an Orb of Fire? There is. Dreadlord going to get taken down, and now the flying machines perhaps can go after these gargoyles. Dreadlord falls at level 3, but the gargoyles do have additional bonus armor right now as they fall back again. All right, Holy Light continuing to try and save. Flying machines need to re-engage here as we're looking at the flying machines with those flak cannons trying to clean things up. Flying machines backed off even though the gargoyles are targeting other targets. They need to be into this battle here as we're looking at the Death Knight who fell at level 4. And, well, heroes were what mattered. Death Knight falling at level 4. Lich ends up, well, Sheik ends up throwing in the towel first before that Lich gets shut down, but it really was shutting down that Expo at the northern position from Sheik, just constantly delaying and delaying and delaying. Eventually, Starbuck was able to get back closer to similar hero levels 5, 4, 3 up until the very end. Sheik getting the level 6 on that Lich, but by that point, the Death Knight or the Dreadlord was already gone, and the Death Knight was on his way out. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.